mind.
Like see Jamaica become crime free. In Jamaica now we're Jamaican for economy. No more breed the lasting. Revelation set. Eat what we grow what we eat. It is good for our economy. And the brand new talk out the street. When we say eat what we grow what we eat. It's good for our economy. And the brand new talk out the street. Let me put on me Jamaican pot, Jamaican Irish, Jamaican carrot.
It's called AgroBuzz, and on a Wednesday at 8:45, we slide into the world of agriculture with our friends from the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries. Today, we are focusing on an outstanding farmer, Mr. Hopeton Singh. Now, Mr. Singh has been a farmer for 23 years, I'm told. That's a lot of experience, that's a lot of lessons that he can teach us. And in particular, he's been working in hydroponic greenhouse farming in Jamaica. He's one of the pioneers. So we've got him on the phone. Morning, Mr. Singh. How you do?
Good morning. Fine. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you, Mr. Singh. Now, we have one description of you here as farmer. And can you tell us any other ways that people would describe you, sir? Are you daddy, husband, anything else?
Yes.
Tell it.
I'm a husband and a father of 4 kids.
And how did you get into farming?
Well, I grew up in agriculture, basically. My dad was responsible for one of the first commercial papaya farms here in Jamaica. He used to export papaya under the Black River Papaya brand. And so when I was going to high school during the holidays, I had to help up on the farm, But prior to that, I used to, go to the family plot and we'll do a little farming and stuff. But, I went into commercial agriculture. Well, what steered me towards hydroponics, I started out with papayas, but what happened was there was a scarcity of arable, fertile land near a good water source, and with the increase in hurricane activities, it steered me towards something more sustainable, and that's when I opt for protected cropping and hydroponics.
No. The average person that's trying one thing and saying they're going to change doesn't just up and opt for hydroponics. How did that come to you?
Well, I had Ivan and Dean, 2 storms back to back that come and destroyed my crops. So I didn't think I have much of a choice. I was just looking to do something more sustainable, more intensive as opposed to the large acreages, and I've had it really good and I can't go back to field cropping now.
Ah, you've fallen into the water and you don't want to climb out.
Right.
So explain to us what happens on a hydroponics farm, how it's set up, what it look like.
Okay, so the word hydroponics literally means water at work. And essentially, it's growing plants without soil in a nutrient solution. The most purest form of hydroponics is a growing method called NFC, that stands for nutrient film technique, and it involves growing leafy greens and vegetables in a channel or a pipe. And we do the same for vine crops, but we use a physical media to anchor the roots for tall vine crops. But it's usually a soilless media, organic media nonetheless, but soilless. For example, perlite or clay pellet. So essentially, that's what we're doing right now.
Okay. And the next question is, what you're growing?
Cocktail tomatoes. It's a niche crop. We're not subjected to the fluctuation in prices in the marketplace like plummy tomatoes or the beefsteak tomatoes. So the prices stay consistent all year round, and it allows us to make a living.
And that's the itsy bitsy teensy weensy round ones?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you think it's better growing cocktail tomatoes with the hydroponics than with the soil?
Well, for one, when we do it in a greenhouse, our first line of defense is exclusion. We've excluded the torrential showers that can come and decimate the crop. We've excluded the pest and disease, whiteflies, aphids, thrips that can cause economic damage, or at least reduce them to a threshold where we can manage them with organic pesticides. We have a 400% increase in yields. We can be more efficient with our nutrients, our fertilizer, or we use 1/10 the amount of water as traditional field cropping. And, we're not subjected to soil fertility, soil-borne pathogens, or the weather.
That seems like a contradiction. You are farming in water, but you use 1/10 the water. How'd that work?
Well, we're delivering a nutrient solution. So we're bringing the fertilizer to the root zone of the plants where it's needed. If you think about the traditional sprinkler irrigation, it uses large volumes of water that irrigates the plants, the weeds, everything. Essentially we monitor everything that goes on inside the greenhouse, how much the plant is using, so we can literally, with our computers and nutrient injection systems, we can irrigate different amount at different times of the day. So in other words, if it gets hotter, we can irrigate more water at a less fertilizer concentration. The system we have give us some flexibility to manage our water usage efficiently.
Boy, Mr. Singh, this is fascinating. We have to wrap up, but we're curious about what you think the future might hold for you in the next 5 years or so. What are the plans?
Well, I am a patriot at heart. What I really want to do is create a center of excellence. I am currently expanding the operation at about 20,000 square feet, hopefully by mid-next year. I have accommodated students from tertiary institutions, local farmers, investors, and I just want it to be a place where people can come train, because if you're not actively doing something about training, I don't think you earn the right to complain about the workforce. And in the past, I have accommodated investors, like I said, farmers, students, and I want to take this up a notch, and get certification from JANAC so I can export locally and regionally rather. But recently I have been the recipient of the Bureau Standards National Quality Awards that's held every 2 years, and we won the prize for agriculture. And we want to get a global gap certification and just run a really nice operation that everybody can be proud of.
Well, we're proud of you already. So congratulations on the successes so far and all the best with your plans, Sir Singh.
Thanks so much for having me.
It is our pleasure, folks. Hopeton Singh is the gentleman who was with us this morning, and he is doing something that the ministry has been encouraging. Increased use of technologies such as greenhouses, hydroponics, aquaponics under the whole Grow Smart, Eat Smart initiative to promote efficiency and resilience in the agriculture and fisheries sector. For more information on what's going on in the agriculture and generally agro-industry sector, visit the ministry's website, moa.gov.jm. Follow them on Facebook at Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries. Check them out on Twitter and Instagram, MOAFJM. And next week, Wednesday, we do it again. 8:45, AgroBuzz.